Hi guys, Pete here for Hucking Aces. Today I'm going to be reviewing the MVP Inertia. This is MVP's first distance driver, and honestly it's one of my favorite discs right now. You can tell that it's got that typical MVP double molding, and that's supposed to give it a gyroscopic stability. I don't know scientifically whether or not that works or not, but I do know that this is one of the most consistent discs I've ever thrown, and it's also one of the most versatile discs I've ever thrown. Now, when you look at it, it's got a nice flat profile. The top isn't really domey, but it's also not super flat. It's kind of that beautiful right in the middle that I like to throw a lot. It's also got a pretty wide rim. It's about a speed 10, and this rim is pretty consistent with other speed 10 discs that you and I have thrown. It's a really understable disc. It's rated for about a -2 on turn, and I find that when I throw it, it does push pretty far to the right, and then it'll go ahead and fade back to the left nice and gently at the end. Its fade rating is about a 1, and every throw that I've done with it is pretty consistent with those ratings. It's also got quite a bit of glide, right around a 5 for glide. This allows the disc to stay in the air for a long time thanks to the glide, and that fade and turn ratio is going to be really great for a lot of new players because it's going to create a nice S-shaped flex shot. It's going to push to the right, and then it's going to go ahead and carry off and finish to the left. One of the reasons that this disc is so great for new players and why this is such a fantastic disc for new players is because this year, 2015, the PDGA actually announced that this is going to be the disc that new members to the PDGA get. It used to be the Latitude 64 Diamond, which is another really nice disc, but this year, this is the disc, and that's great for a lot of reasons. First and foremost, it's a wonderful disc for beginners. It's a really great disc because one of the things that I've seen throwing it is if your form is there and you're having consistent and good shots, it's going to reward you a lot for that. But if you throw it and you're trying to put too much on it and you're trying to cheat the disc and you're not really putting in the work yourself, this disc is going to be pretty hard to throw. So it's really, really great for just rewarding good habits and really punishing bad habits. And that's going to get a lot of the new players that sign up with the PDGA into the right frame of mind and doing the right things physically with the disc. So I really, really agree with this disc as far as that choice goes. Another thing that I really like about this disc is that advanced players like it a lot too because it's super versatile. Now, a beginner player is probably going to use this for distance and things like that. I found myself starting to use it a lot for forehands because that understability when I throw it forehand, I throw with a little bit of a hyzer naturally with my forehand form. So it causes it to kind of hyzer flip up, go dead straight, and then gradually fade to the right. So I can use this for a lot of tight control shots, and it's really good for that. I can also use it if I throw a nice big anhyzer on it. It's a really great roller for me. It's one of my favorite discs to throw with a roller, actually. And so it's just a great disc because a beginner is going to be able to pick it up and start churning out a lot of distance with it. And as their game progresses, their ability with this disc is going to progress as well, and they're going to be maybe not using it as their distance driver anymore. They might move on to something like that, to something better for that, or to something that's better suited for their game because this is a great distance driver. But there's always going to be a need for this disc no matter what kind of game you play. So let's go ahead and take a couple looks at it in action, and then we'll be back with my final thoughts. Okay, so you saw a couple flights with the Inertia. And I really can't say enough good things about this disc. I know I was a little long-winded in the introduction to the disc, but you can kind of see that that was warranted, that there's a lot of different things you can do with this disc. I really think that the PDGA made a really smart move by making this the new disc for new players that are either new to the game or new to competition. I think that it's a really versatile disc, and I definitely know that it's going to be staying in my bag for a long time. I actually just ordered a couple more of these, so do yourself a favor and pick some up for yourself too. Thanks a lot for watching, and keep hucking aces.